Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can probably already tell, it's a different video again. This is on our 37-foot travel trailer, 2018 Forest River Vibe, 308 VHS. Bought it brand new. It's been a great camper, but it's what, 2024, so we're basically 6 years into obviously owning it and thousands of miles later on it. So the first thing that we've done is every camper basically comes with, they call them China Bomb, off-brand China tires that basically you should probably change out within the first 2,000 miles. That was already done. I've been running the Goodyear Endurance tires since, and they've been great. Knock on wood, never had an issue with these at all. Never had a blowout. Hope I don't jinx myself. So looking at the camper, you can see the tandems are pretty wide spread apart. This has a 42-inch wheelbase, which on a super long camper trailer in general is a big benefit. It helps you track way better on the road. But the drawback is all the turning, sharp turns, backing in and out of campsites. It's a lot of side load pressure and torque on the hubs, axles, everything in general. So as part of a maintenance item slash upgrade, I'm going to address the stock shackles and the stock Equalizer, they call it. Again, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues, but I have seen and heard a lot of horror stories and bad pictures on the internet of a factory shackle just snapping, causing the axle to go off center, tire goes up into the fenders or campers or fender or wall of the camper or trailer. It's causing a lot of damage. That, and they're not greasable, they're not serviceable. So what I'm going to be switching to is a heavy duty shackle kit. They call it a wet bolt. You replace all your shackles, all your bolts, and each one is greasable. And then they have brass bushings, grease. It's night and day from what I hear. And then the Equalizer is just a standard solid piece of metal or cast, whatever it is. I'm going to the MoRide. Well, MoRide is the brand I'm using for both the shackle kit and the upgraded Equalizers. So let's take a closer look at those. All right, you will see these are the Equalizers. Brass bushings in each hole, and then you see a slot. These have up to, I think they said 3 inches of travel up and down, essentially like a shock, whereas a solid Equalizer has nothing. So it basically all the shock and all the vibration from the road just goes right into every component and into the campers. So this is going to take a lot of the shock and vibration out and just help a ton. Over here are the wet bolt kit. Super heavy duty, extra thick. Again, bushings, lock nuts, and they are greasable. Here's a picture of what it will end up looking like. And here's an example of what I do not want to happen, but I hear it's very common. So being that I'm 6 years into this and thousands of miles, I'm getting a little bit nervous of that possibility. I already kind of opened up a section just to take a look. So let's start tearing this apart. So I'm using a combination bottle jack slash jack sand in the back here. I had one in front, but then I can't get a floor jack underneath the axles to take the tire off the ground and take them off. I would need to get the frame up probably another 4 to 5 inches before the tires would be off the ground, and I really don't want to lift the camper more than I have to. So I got one in the back, and I got a second one that I'm using directly under the spring perch U-bolts. So this one is off the ground. I'm going to take that one off, and then I'll move the jack to this side, and that way I'll have full access to everything underneath. So I took my time here. Like I said, the camper is only up so high, and I know the leaf springs wanted to come down more with the tires off. So I just used a combination of a couple more jacks just to make this happen. I put the other jack back here. But now you can see I got clear workable room here to access everything. Got jack stands underneath the axles. There's barely any pressure on anything right now. It's basically just hanging with a slight support. So I'm going to figure out what size tools I need here and start going. All right, so the bolt here and the bolt there were barely tight. I mean, they were so loose. You can see these holes are oblong. This one right here, the nut came off, but the bolt is currently seized. But check this play out. I'd say I'm doing this just in time. All right, correction. The middle bolt was not seized. This middle bolt has a splined, kind of like a lug nut. So just had to be tapped from the back out. So all good there. Luckily the brackets on the frame look good. Just got to pop out the bushings inside these leaf spring eyes here and here with the bronze ones in the kit. Let's see if I got a bolt here. So the kit, the Shackle kit comes with a bushing for every location, even if you are just reusing your current equalizers, which I am not. The new Equalizer already has the bushings in it, and you'll see it's a nice tight fit. Try to put them in these holes. Wow. And then the bushing inside the top of the Equalizer is basically half gone. So terrible. Very happy I'm doing this. A little chisel, knock out these bushings. So these factory bushings are actually plastic. Wow. So clean up the holes, put some WD-40 in them. I used the old bolt to help drive the brass bushings in. I'm about to hammer this one in now. That way it goes in straight and it stays true to size and it won't mushroom. Alright, so like I said, I got the new Equalizer hung from the center. Bronze bushings already came on the Equalizer. Pressed them into the leaf spring eyes. So here is the Shackle. Comes assembled basically. Take the one side off. We don't need these because they're already on the truck. The side of the bolt's already pressed in. And then this will essentially just slide into place. Put the plate on the back side, tighten the nuts down. I'll go over what the specs are here in a sec. I'm just going to loosely install everything, and then I'll torque everything down once everything's in place. Alright, so every point is connected and installed. Just going to go ahead and torque everything down. 80 foot-pounds on each part. 13/16 is the head size on this side, and then the other side is 3/4. So tighten these down, grease them up, put the wheels and tires back on. Alright, that was very nice. Just put the grease gun on each grease zerk, pump them full of grease till they squirt out. Awesome. I picked this up, I don't know, a couple months ago. A Bauer Harbor Freight electric battery grease gun. I have so many grease fittings on everything I do now. It's just so nice to have just pull the trigger, and then I put on this lock lube end, so it just stays right on the grease zerk, and then pull the trigger. It doesn't get any easier. To do a little quick before and after. So this is the side I haven't done yet. Driver's side. Just kind of see how the wheel wells sit, how much space there is, because it looks like the upgraded Equalizers basically give it about an inch of lift, just on how it's designed, which is cool. A little bit more clearance, it's never bad. So let's check out the other side. And here's the side I just completed. Yeah, it's definitely an inch between an inch and a half of difference. I mean, that just looks that just looks like it should be on this size camper. So, all right, well, I'm going to flip this around because the sun's behind me, giving me shade till about 12:45, 1 o'clock, and I'll get the other side knocked out. Obviously, I'm not going to video the same thing again, but I will do probably a little video afterwards and then a little recap. So we'll see you in a few. All right, so I just got the other side done. Super easy. Again, once you do one side, the other side's always easier, generally. So just looks great. Let's go over all the stock stuff and see what kind of condition that was all in. All right, as far as all the hardware was good. Nothing was seized, which I guess is one good thing about the plastic bushings, but the lack of plastic bushings, I should say. So if I would have kept going this season, I think I would have had a problem real soon. It was basically metal on metal and a ton of slop. You can see all the eyelets are oblong, no bushing. Even this hole was getting oblonged out on the Equalizer because that bushing was gone. So yeah, I'm super happy that I went ahead and did this before the start of the season, because looking at all this is super scary to think about what could happen on the road. So, all right, I know it's a little bit of a different video from what I normally do, but I like to always just video whatever I do, because you never know if it could help somebody out there. So, like, comment, subscribe if you're not, and we'll see you on another one.